What's the plan for making this trip over to New York?
Of course I know, but I'm not gonna jinx it. I want to tell my stories. I could say I want to be the biggest and the baddest and the richest and the most famous, but that would be a lie. I wanted to tell my stories. I want to tell people real stories about real people, about life, and not just talk about bitches in the club, diamonds on my arm. Shut the fuck up and start crying while you're singing, so we want to listen to you.
Det er så mærkelig fornemmelse, det der med at komme til USA. Sådan, jeg har aldrig været her før, men alligevel så er det som om, det sådan er sådan en kæmpe del af ens opvækst og ens baggrund, ikke?
Yeah. Velkommen. I'm a classically educated soprano soloist from Copenhagen's boys choir, so I've been singing professionally since I was 8 years old.
Skal du holde mig i hånden? Skal jeg holde dig i hånden? Ja, du skal bo på samme værelse. Nå, det er rigtigt, mand.
Skal det? Rap music writing since I was 12. I started doing theater when I was 15. And when I was 20, I guess I wrote my first song called Pain Has Many Faces. Altså, man skal bare slukke for sit fjernsyn, når de begynder at snakke om terrorisme. Ellers så kommer man rundt og er bange. I think we stayed in Staten Island when I was here the first time, 13, with Copenhagen's boys choir.
We didn't even anticipate that huge success that the album had in Europe.
Yeah, it went like ridiculously well. Like it went almost double platinum within the first week in Denmark. We're close to 100,000 sold, which is extremely much in Denmark. It was the most selling album of last year, the most played album on Spotify with more than 30 million streams. Most streamed song, most everything last year.
Lukas always says it like this, that Denmark is kind of like the kindergarten and Germany is the preschool and whatever, and now we just went to college or whatever in the States. Something like that.
Siden 1. februar 2012 tog vi på vores første turné, 60 koncerter på 10 uger. 120 hotelværelser plus siden 1. februar sidste år. Up. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
Det gør vi på et tidspunkt. Så flyver vi kun i helikopter, når vi er i New York. Så skal vi have en heliport på toppen af vores bygning. Oven på penthousen.
Nå, der er hun jo.
Det er nemlig det, hun er. Jeg har fået et par gode billeder. Hvis der ikke er et billede af dem, så er det ikke sket.
Hvis det ikke er på Instagram, så er det ikke sket. Det er sådan, jeg lever. Det er det der med, når man tager herover, så har man et skud til at gøre det rigtigt. Jeg tror, efterhånden så har man spillet så mange shows, så vi er rimelig gode til bare at lade et show være et show. Så når vi går op på de store scener, så siger vi, altså du ved, spil som om det var Freiburg, og når vi går op på de små scener, så siger vi spil som om det var Northside eller et eller andet, ikke?
Altså, jeg er ikke nervøs for at gå på den scene der og spille for dem. Det er aldrig. Jeg ved, at det vi leverer er høj kvalitet, ikke?
Som det her digt, ikke? Det synes jeg i hvert fald taler om målet med livet, eller sådan, hvad man skal med det hele. There's a long way from a gentleman to the nice guy. There's a long way from a simple girl to a housewife. There's a big difference from reaching the top and wanting to get by. There's a big difference in walking on earth and wanting to let fly. There's a necessity of being prudent and having fun. Remember, when you're useless, you're not adding funds. When counting tens and thousands, better not neglect the ones starving and on the run. It's when you help that you're the Don. Could you give us a small whiskey? This right here is the milestone. First interview in America. When people tell me I do soul music, I don't agree with them, but I won't start the discussion because they would never understand me. I would say I don't sing soul music, I'd say I sing with soul. A lot of people have been telling us that our music is black. I didn't really understand what they meant at first. But what they meant was that we're taking genres that are traditionally black and turning them into something different. And the time frame where we're basically digging back to is the 50s and the 60s, I guess. Because I run fast, I work hard, I read more and I sleep less. I write down and I dream more. I set a goal and then I beat this. Needless to say that you become whatever you picture in your mind. But remember, if you're weak, you're gonna leave yourself behind. Det er det eneste, det handler om. Sådan i virkeligheden.
Very good. You should bring that on the subway. Make some money.
Skulle man bare æde en burger her? I sing and write music. But we're in a band. I can't tell you how fond I am finally sitting somewhere speaking English consistently. My father passed away in September last year, so my language has been slowly getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Well, life happens and then the shit goes on, eh?
How has your dad's passing either affected or influenced what you're doing these days?
I took a 10-day break after my dad died. Then we flew to Hamburg and did a really important concert there. Came back home for a few days. Then we did 30,000 tickets and 8 concerts or something like that in Denmark. After the funeral and after the grieving, the pain really started, I guess. Because when you're in shock, and then you can handle anything really. First NY sound check. Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, oh, make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. You want more, Frankie? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold? Or will I have a lot of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. I've had a lot of people tell me, you're not dealing with it properly, or it's like, how do you know how I need to deal with this shit?
Er du lidt nede, eller?
But at the end of the day, it's my broken heart. It keeps breaking. But it's okay, it's all right. Like for me, like, again, I'm not ashamed of myself that I can cry in an interview because I love my father, like. But it is a successful breaking of the heart that happens every morning when you wake up. Just like that. And it hits you again and you realize, fuck, he's not here. Can you get me some tissue? Like, I just realized that there's nothing that's gonna stop me. My train will make it. I don't know where my destination is, but I know I'm gonna get there.
Yes.
Sat med myre på stedet, ikke?
Jeg kunne faktisk godt lige tåle at dufte til en bajer. Jeg kunne ikke finde det. Det kan ikke rigtig nogen mening. Det er, når man ikke drikker øl, inden man går på scenen, så duften han bajer kan godt lige give samme følelse af, at man sådan...
Der kommer en rigtig stemning, ikke?
Så må jeg kigge pludselig, ikke? Så siger jeg...
Så er det. 12 minutter.
Ja, tak.
Ramse! Ja. Har du lyst til at give mig tape for numse?
Ja, det har jeg. Det har jeg savnet.
Så.
Nå, det er den der. Jeg tager ud til den.
Okay.
Hvad er der nu? Ja, vi er mærkelige mennesker.
Det her, det er første halvleg mod USA, ikke?
Jo,
Danmark mod USA.
anden halvleg bliver spillet.
På den anden side af landet.
Ja. Men lad os bare nyde det, mand. Nyde den. Fuldstændig. Gør, som vi plejer at gøre.
Sunday morning, trying to clear my head. I don't remember what I did. I can't remember shit, but I feel good. Are you feeling all right, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, my pretty baby, come on. I was feeling so good, 'cause you love me.
gjorde det så smukt.
Killed it. Just before the show, I had to go out and I cried my fucking eyes out.
You did?
Yeah, because I was like, my dad should have been here, you know? This was what we were aiming for. Like, he only got to see like 1 year and 6 days of the crazy shit when it started blowing.
Sorry, guys.
I think as much as it was my dream to make it, I think it was his dream that I made it.
Island record.
Thank you very much.
You got great musicians behind you. I represent Kendrick Lamar, I represent Trey Songz, I represent...
Did you like it?
Unbelievable.
So you guys like officially gonna be doing stuff over here?
Yeah, well, the night in SOBs and the night in Los Angeles is gonna dictate what's gonna happen after that. I think I really realized shit was blowing up when I got picked up by Cancun on fucking 6th Avenue in New York because we're over here to do a showcase. Like, this is amazing.
That shit looks like an album cover right there.
But every time you're going in, I'm asking myself why. Hoping, oh, just hoping you won't go. 1 year and 8 months after we put out the Criminal Mind video that was just a cozy little home video. 1 year and 8 months later, we're sitting in New York City, drinking fucking East India Pale Ale. Jeg synes bare, vi skal prøve at være med. Jeg har tænkt mig noget til tops med det at gøre, og det skal ske her, tror jeg. Ved jeg. Det siger min mave til mig.
I know they're gonna make it in the US, like, for a stepping stone, you already know.
Now we just needed to find a label, which is the reason why we went over here to do the 2 showcases. LA and New York was the cities that we found most important to do the showcases in.
I know I'll get you back, a criminal, a criminal.